How's it going, everyone? This is Cobra Kai Studios, and this is Fan Questions Debate Video. I'm your host, Daniel Sun, so let's get right into it. We're going to start off with Bonsai Kai Dojo's first comment from our previous video. I think it would be really interesting to see Kyler and Hawk team up, and it really would. It would add some kind of a different aspect to the show that a lot wouldn't expect. Now, how Hawk and Kyler would team up, I feel, is very interesting. It's like, how can that play out to where we actually see the two of them become, I don't know if you say friends, but at least teammates of the sort. In other words, Kyler joining Cobra Kai. I'm not the biggest fan of Kyler, but at the same time, everybody could change, and maybe he, separates from his old friends, actually wants to become something better. You can't rule it out, because if you remember, obviously Robbie wasn't the best of people either, but he did change too, so I can't rule it out that Kyler won't indeed change in some kind of way, and maybe for the better. So, if that be the case, I think it would be interesting to see. But if it doesn't, there's going to be a hell of a rivalry between Kyler and Hawk or whoever and Miguel. It's going to be interesting to see, regardless of what the situation is. It's going to be interesting to see how it actually unfolds and plays out in Season 3. So, I'm really curious to that. Do you all think it'd be exciting to see Kyler either be on Cobra Kai's side, or you think it's more interesting for him to remain like a rival between Miguel, Hawk, and him? I guess it could play out either way. On to the next question from Troll God. Question: if Miguel goes to school, how is he going to act around Sam and everyone else he hasn't seen since the fight? I would assume there's going to be some really interesting awkwardness at first, especially between Miguel and Tori too. Like, if they're going to split up, there's going to be some really interesting rivalry and awkwardness, especially if, for say, Miguel stays Cobra Kai. Obviously, Tori's Cobra Kai. What is that going to play out as? How can we expect them to get along? I'm sure there's going to be some really interesting scenes that we see play out between Miguel and Robbie. Will they still have their grudge with each other? Will Robbie be the bigger man finally and try to settle it with Miguel, whatever be the case, offer him a peace offering, something? Will Miguel even accept it if that's the case, though? I don't know that Miguel would. Miguel offered him mercy, and Robbie turned it down and hurt Miguel in a very serious way. I think, in my opinion, that Miguel is going to have a big issue with showing mercy from here on out because of that situation. Now, that's not for sure, but I just feel like that's a possibility that we could see happening. On to the next comment from Christopher Burnett. Terry Silver could somehow arrange for Miguel's mom and Mike Barnes to start dating to hurt Johnny, as he did to Daniel in Karate Kid 3. Mike would then talk Miguel into training with him. That's a good way of explaining how maybe Terry Silver or Mike could end up causing issues with Johnny, as well as a reason to why Mike would talk Miguel into training with him. And yeah, you make an interesting point that Terry Silver could possibly arrange something like that to where Carmen actually meets Mike Barnes and starts dating him in some sort. And if for some reason the Mike that Johnny worked for in the beginning of Season 1 is Mike Barnes, that's going to be an even more interesting conflict to happen that might be much better of a rivalry than Johnny and Daniel's rivalry, And I like that question because it makes you think, and it also kind of answers the question to my previous video of how you all think Mike would be able to teach Miguel. And that's a good way of explaining how that could possibly actually turn out to be the case. On to the next comment from Lisa. When I was talking about my dad and got into a deep discussion, I was talking about from the video before when one of the questions was, did Miyagi learn how to do cars by his dad? Oh, okay, I understand now, Lisa. Yeah, for sure. On to the next comment from Aaron. Did Carmen know that Miguel was bullied in school? I don't think she did, Aaron. I think that's a big part of her issues, is that she didn't fully know everything going on with Miguel and why Johnny stepped up to, be the role model, the father figure, and the sensei. I think that's a big, big thing that they didn't, disclose with Carmen. And I feel like if Carmen knew the whole story, she might not be as upset about that situation. Now, she's going to still be upset with Miguel being injured, regardless. But she's got to understand that Miguel really did need these trainings. I mean, he really, really did. So, in my opinion, I feel like it was needed to be explained at some point. Obviously, I don't think it fully was yet. maybe in bits and pieces. She might know things here and there, because obviously he'd gotten beat up. But I don't think she knew the whole story, if you know what I mean. I don't think that it was fully explained to her in enough detail, or maybe she didn't care to listen. You know, something along those lines is how I feel about it, Aaron. That's just how I kind of got that vibe going on. And maybe you all have a different idea on this. And if you do, feel free to let me know how you feel about it and what you think could have happened different if Carmen maybe knew the whole story, saying that, you know, maybe she doesn't know the whole story about what happened. On to the next one from Young Gun. In case Chopper didn't see my comment, Stingray could beat anyone. That one was for you, Chopper, from Young Gun. I'll let you two battle that one out in the comments. On to the next one. Dude, don't worry about making mistakes. From time to time, you have the best Cobra Kai videos I can find. I appreciate it, man. I don't personally think I do. I feel like there's a lot better, you know, YouTubers like Bonsai Kai Dojo and Cobra Kai Fandom. There's a lot of better YouTubers, but I'm learning, you know, progressing as I go. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I do these for fun, and I really enjoy them. And I plan to make better content as I go. Obviously, we're not always going to have these loops. Eventually, we're going to have where I'll probably have a loop in the background, but I'll have it like the picture-over-picture of me talking, so you all can actually see me and interact with me and everything. And on a side note, I have the Cobra Kai game, but I have not played it. I want to wait and play it until I can either figure out how to stream it or something along those lines, because I want it to be like an authentic experience. You know, like, I don't want to get into it and play it and already have like my opinion set on it. I want to make the opinions and judgments and, you know, things I like about it, things I don't, as we're like, you know, as we watch me play it, as whether it's a live or if I have to film myself in a video doing it. I'm trying to work all that out so that way it's a live reaction experience. So it might be a little bit until I can actually figure out exactly how to do this the right way. So I own the game, at least. It's already there, at least. There's nothing I got to do but figure out how to get it to where I can film it. I just don't know that setting up like a camera beside me and showing the video of me playing and then having like another face video, if that would look good, you know what I mean? Like, I want to figure out how to do this Streamlabs and actually make it a good quality video, because I don't know if I don't want the sound to be all muffled. Last time I did like a video of me actually talking where you could see me, which was you know, like a month ago now. The sound quality was horrible for some reason. I don't know why, but the sound quality just came out trash in my opinion. So I want to get things that I need to make it better, whether it be a mic, whatever be the case. But I want it to be a proper video, nonetheless, if you understand what I'm saying. But it will be coming, so expect that. Expect some of the fight breakdown videos again, because I love making those videos. I mean, you all might not be interested in them, but for me personally, those are some of my favorite things to make besides the fan questions, because these are like my all-time favorite videos now. Because we get to just be us. You get to be our, you know, Cobra Kai community, enjoying time, having fun, sitting here talking about some questions, debating about them, making every day count until Season 3 gets here, and then we'll start some new questions and theories and ideas. On to the next comment from Aaron. The soldiers that John Kreese trained in Vietnam show up in Cobra Kai. That would be interesting to see in some kind of a way. I wonder how that would play out, though. Let's say that that's the case, Aaron. How do you think how do you think they would be written into the show? You think it'd be some kind of like scene where, you know, Kreese is just kind of hanging out with his buddies? You think it's going to be something else completely different? That'd be interesting to see play out. On to the next comment from Jeff Bayless. I can see Bobby coming back to help Johnny against Kreese, with him being a pastor now, can help Johnny find himself. That could be a possibility, Jeff. Like, I have a feeling Johnny's at least at the first of Season 3 is going to be kind of lost with everything, especially with all that happened to him. His, you know, Miguel, his, you know, top student, got severely injured. His son was the cause of it. Carmen hates him. He lost Cobra Kai. There's so much that happened to Johnny there at the end of Season 2 that I could see him needing somebody to turn to, and that might be the perfect person for him to actually sit there and turn to. So I can see that playing out in a few different ways. And I'm curious of what's all going to happen in Johnny's mind, you know. Is he going to kind of have a mental breakdown? Is he going to manage to handle it? Is he going to... I don't know. Obviously, he's not going to go the pussy route, but it makes you wonder. On to the next comment from Tom. Seeing how Hawk is these days, I think it will be opposite. Miguel's dismantled Kyler and his cronies in Season 1. Seeing how Hawk was treated, I could see Hawk taking revenge. That is a very big possibility, Tom. He wasn't treated very nice by all of them, and they treated him pretty bad compared to a lot of the others. That's why I'm like, I could maybe see Kyler and Hawk teaming up, but there's going to have to be something for them to squash their rivalry for that to happen. And I don't know that it'll play out. I feel like there might be too much done, and then Hawk might be too far gone to want to even rekindle any kind of friendship with anybody, let alone someone that used to be his bully, you know? But, like I said, it would be interesting to see play out if that happens. But on to the next comment from Lisa. Also, if Daniel didn't train Dimitri, I won't throw this under the bus, but it's most likely nobody else would train them, and he would try to train himself, but he's not trained enough to do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Dimitri has really enough experience to go on self-training, honestly. Like, maybe with other students helping him, like, well, I don't know. It's just going to depend if, like, say, Sam and Robbie are still going to continue training Miyagi-Do. Would they maybe help coach the other students to keep them interested? I don't know, you know. I don't know that Miyagi-Do will fully be done. Obviously, we know Amanda's kind of throwing her foot down, but at the same time, does that mean that that's exactly how it's going to happen? You know, it's just kind of one of those toss-ups that I can't fully rule how I feel about it, but at the same time, I can't rule things out because there's a lot that could happen and play out that's, I don't know, just a lot that could happen. I mean, it really is. On to the next comment from Roy. The problem is Miyagi didn't return to Japan, so Chosen can't be Miyagi's kid, unless Chosen is about 45 years old in Karate Kid 2. Although, Salto is probably related. It's a small village, and small villages in that part of the world, they're all usually related. Yuki is probably a cousin, too. Probably better none of them hooked up, because cousin loving is gross. I agree, Roy, and that's a good way of explaining why. They're probably not related, you know, not related, but they like, Chosen's probably not Miyagi's kid, and you're right, they could be all related in some kind of a way, because you're right, in small villages and stuff like that, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and you're right, yeah, that would be kind of awkward for them to throw into the show if that was the case, so I agree. And another comment from you. Thanks for the shout out, bro. Of course, always. Anybody that comments helps no matter what the situation is. I try to include you all in these videos. These videos are all our videos, so nobody's discluded. Unless for some reason your comment doesn't show up, because I've had that happen where certain people have commented and for some reason the comment didn't like show up, and I couldn't, you know, when I do these videos I have my second phone that I go through and read the comments, and if it's like, I guess, held for review, I don't know. It doesn't show up. So that'd be the only way I miss. And if I do, let me know. You know, let me know, hey, I commented a comment, but you didn't get to it. Just let me know so I can figure it out and we'll get to it. Because I like to make sure everybody's included. Everybody's, you know, a part of the community. If you're leaving comments and connection with us, you need to be involved, you know. On to the next one from Aaron. BizHacks had a theory that Mike Barnes was in the Air Force After Karate Kid Part 3. Yeah, I did, in fact, see that video, but I don't know how I feel on that 100%, though. It's like, yeah, I guess he had some interesting possible, you know, ideas on it, but what do you all feel? You feel like that could be a possibility? I mean, I guess he could, and if so, that's going to be some even more training that Mike Barnes has under his belt, which would mean he's still going to be a badass, that's for damn sure, and I'm excited to see if he plays, well, I'm going to say when he comes back, because I feel like they have to bring Mike Barnes back, especially if they're going to bring Silver back. Like, they have to bring Mike Barnes back. Like, you just can't bring the Silver back and not bring the Barnes back. I mean, come on now. On to the next one from Lisa. Awesome. Thanks, proof and question videos. It's helped me become a part of the Cobra Kai community. Awesome, bro. You're an awesome, and stay awesome, Daniel son. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. And of course, like I said, this channel, it has my own separate videos that I do on my own time and requested videos from you all. But these fan question videos are literally our videos as a community to enjoy and participate in. So whether it be on my channel or not, everybody's included. I mean, I've already mentioned to a few people that we can do collabs. People can make videos with me to talk about these questions, certain questions, theories, explain martial arts history, whatever be the case. I'm open for anything because I want everybody to be involved. We're, you know, we are a group of a community, you know, and we should be able to behave in such and enjoy things together. We have times where we don't disagree. We have times where I make, you know, errors, and people help me, you know, to learn where I made an error from. They share their knowledge, and we all just kind of grow and learn from each other. And wherever I mess up in a previous video, we'll talk about in the next video so we can kind of better explain the right way, whatever be the case, you know, because that's the way things should be. It shouldn't be just, you know, whatever be the case. I like everybody to be included and be involved in the whole Cobra Kai community, and I think we're doing a really good job at that. We started off with just Aaron commenting, and now we have many other people that have gotten into where they're, you know, showing up at the premieres, commenting, being a part of the community, growing together. So, you know, just stay being badass, like I always say, everyone. On to the next one from Roy. I'll say it. The next Karate Kid sucked, but obviously it's not the two-time Oscar winner Hilary Swank's fault. The question is, will Swank, the superstar, return for this? If she does, it will be to do the redemption of the next Karate Kid because it was so awful. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, Rory, I understand your point. Like, it is not a good movie compared to the rest. It's not the worst out there, though, to me. I just feel like the newer Karate Kid was worse only for certain reasons. And, you know, it's not even the martial arts, because I love Kung Fu. It's not even the fact that there was a different type of martial arts being trained. And you've made a good point, you know, like the Karate Kid movies, yeah, it's called The Karate Kid, but in a sense, it's really about martial arts in general, so you can't always hate it on that. It's just, I felt like there was a lot more of a better opportunity that they missed with that movie, and the same with the next Karate Kid. There was some, you know, that movie had a potential to be badass. They had a hell of an actor. It just didn't get to, you know, fulfill its potential, and unfortunately, that happens with movies and TV shows and etc. So with Cobra Kai, now they have a chance, and they're doing a hell of a job at it, at redeeming a lot of actors, bringing new actors into the scene, opening them up to the world. Like, after Cobra Kai ends, I see Miguel being in a lot more martial art type movies and stuff. To me, he has like that next Tyler Lautner type vibe, which I actually met Tyler Lautner before he was even into movies, right before he did Shark Boy. My master, whenever he started Extreme Martial Arts, his friend Eddie, the one that plays in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the pizza guy, he is the one that was starting it, and actually had Tyler Lautner and all his team come down here to Clovis to actually train with us and teach us about extreme martial arts. So I got to hang out with him for like a whole week before he was ever a superstar. So I always think back on that, because I'm like, I never would have thought he would have been in movies and stuff. Like, he was always interested in it and would talk about it, and you know, that was actually like some of his dreams to, you know, be into movies and martial art movies and stuff like that. And he got his moment, you know, and he got to do that. And he got to be in a lot of other movies that just really blew him up. So I always think that's kind of cool. Like, obviously, I can't say he's a friend or anything, and I wouldn't know him to this date. But when I was younger, I got to meet him and hang out with him before he was a movie star. It was literally like 6 months later, he got cast to play in Shark Boy, and he blew up from there. But I always thought that was cool. You know, you never know who you're going to meet in life and who's going to grow up to be someone successful or a movie star or whatever be the case. So that's always something I always look back on and always think is kind of cool. On to the next comment from Aaron. Will there be a fight between Daniel and Johnny in Cobra Kai Season 3 or 4? I think there will be a bickerment. I don't think we'll see a fight. I almost feel like they're trying to, as the show goes, slowly kindle them into being friends, it kind of seems like, which is perfectly fine. It adds a different characteristic to the show, and the rivalry has been going on for so long, it's not going to hurt the show for the rivalry to end. There's way too many people with rivalries in the show that it's not actually even needed at this point. They could actually be friends and always bicker. The comedic relief that they give out when they bicker is so hilarious, and I love it so much that I'm fine with either way. I mean, obviously, you know my opinion. I want to see them full-blown fight, but if it don't happen, I'm not going to be upset regardless. On to the next one from Jeff. No, they didn't have a child, as she had waited for him to come back, but Miyagi never did. Instead, married someone else who died in childbirth with his son, so Miyagi had moved on and she had not. That's a very big possibility, Jeff. It really is, and I could see something like that actually being the case. So, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I know that there's a big Miyagi secret, but I don't know if that's it, you know? It's like, what really could his secret be? On to the next comment from Aaron. How did Amanda know what Sam's password was on her laptop? Either Sam told her, or Amanda's a hell of a snoop. That's my only opinions there. If y'all have any idea how Amanda knew, maybe she even like hinted at it in the show and we just didn't really pay attention to it, you know what I mean? Or maybe Amanda just knows that Sam did not know how to make a good password and it was something really easy. Who knows though? On to the next comment from Miguel Diaz, the man himself. They will not team up because Kyler bullied Hawk too much. Most likely the blood on the hands is Kyler's blood. Yeah, that's what I kind of feel like too. It's like, I feel like Kyler did so much to them, it's going to be so hard to see them be on the same side, you know? And I don't know why I have that theory, but I have that theory that the blood on his hands is Kyler's. I don't know why. I just feel like if Kyler was to walk into the dojo... Now, there's two ways I see it happening. Kyler walks into the dojo and Hawk confronts him and gets into a fight, or Kreese indeed does accept him into Cobra Kai and he puts Hawk and him into a match whether it be the rivalry or just because Hawk wants to show his skills, or Kreese just wants to test where Kyler's at. No mercy. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? On to the next one from Christopher. So next question. Do you guys think it's possible that Miguel will forgive Kyler? It doesn't matter if he is with Cobra Kai or not. He is just in general a good guy. I'm a Robbie fan personally, but the argument is, will Hawk allow Kyler into Cobra Kai? But is it possible that Kyler will be Hawk's choice or Miguel's choice? Another thought, what if Kyler tries to join Miyagi-Do? Okay, now, I didn't think about him joining Miyagi-Do. Now, let's say, obviously, Miguel and Robbie are no longer Miyagi. Well, it depends if, I don't know. I don't think Miguel will actually go to Miyagi-Do. I don't know. I guess it's possible, and I wouldn't rule it out. But I don't know that would be the case. I don't see him teaming up with Daniel, especially not if Robbie's going to remain Miyagi-Do. The question is what are Robbie and Kyler's, deal? How are they together? If they're not too bad, then that could be a case to play out. But with him joining Cobra Kai, I think the only reason anyone would allow him to join would be Kyler. Or not Kyler, Kreese. I feel like Kreese would be the one to bring Kyler in, maybe as a way to toughen Hawk up even more, keep that anger fueled in Hawk. But I don't know. I want to hear your opinions on this one, because this one's a really tough one to really actually get into and debate about, is the Hawk and Kyler, or Miguel and Kyler situation. How is that going to play out? It's really got me puzzled, and I'm not sure how we can expect to see things play out, On to the next one. Do you think that Terry Silver opened a Cobra Kai dojo in Cuba? From Aaron. That's a far away place that maybe, if he wanted to branch it out, it's very possible. And if that's the case, we might hear something about that or see something along the lines play up. It's I don't know. That's an interesting one to think about, Aaron. I would say it's possible. I would leave it open as a possibility that it did happen. On to the last comment. I don't know how Kyler and Hawk will team up. From Azier, I think's how you say it. Yeah, I know. It's how could they actually team up if they do? It's it's one of those questions it's kind of hard to really answer and put a for sure statement to. I guess there could be some ways it could play out, but at the same time, it's just one of those that I don't know that it will, if you know what I mean. I guess you can't 100% rule it out. You got to leave the possibility open, but at the same time, it's I don't really know where things could go to lead to that, if you know what I mean. It's interesting to think about. I don't know. I want to hear your opinions, though. Anybody else that's got any kind of opinions of how they think the Hawk, Kyler, and Miguel thing could play out. But that's going to be it for this video, everyone. And as always, I want to say thank you to Banzai Kai Dojo, Sensei and Guest Sensei. Hope y'all are doing great and doing a little better than trying to stay positive. I want to say thank you to all of my moderators. Thank you to all of you that are following me or not. Doesn't matter. Appreciate everyone that likes my video, dislikes it, whatever you do. If you dislike it, please feel free to let me know why. I want to, you got to learn from your feedback. I don't get upset about the dislikes when they come in. I just want to know why. I want to know what you didn't like about the video, what I could do to make it better for everybody. And I want to say thank you, special thank you to everyone that comments, participates, and enjoys this community as a Cobra Kai community. Y'all are badass, and you keep these keep these videos going. You're the reason these videos exist. You keep the community interested in the show. You ask these amazing questions. We talk about them, debate them, have a fun time doing it. So thank you everyone that comments, joins in the premieres, etc. And that's going to be it for this one, everyone. As I always say, don't forget to stay badass, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, everyone.